Well, I think Marco Rubio probably needs to be sent back to school because when you say that someone doesn't have a right to have a country, that's an act of war. When you rip up arbitrarily trade agreements and threaten and say you're going to break a country, that's an act of war. And Canadians have responded in kind. The boycott that Canada has launched against the United States is punishing. We were told in January a 10% drop in Canadian travel to the United States would cost 140,000 jobs. We're seeing at least a 40% drop now. And we're getting these nightmare stories of ICE detention centers of people who traveling across the border to fix their visa or that, who've been, strip searched, chained, kept in uh, deplorable conditions. Is Donald Trump really trying to destroy the tourism industry in the United States? And then, like 3 days before St. Patrick's Day, picks a fight with the Irish. Of all people, you're going to pick a fight with the Irish on the eve of St. Patrick's Day, throwing 200% tariffs and then 200% tariffs on France. I mean, that's the last bottle of bourbon that will be sold in a generation in Europe. So, what we're really picking up here is not just the rising level of resistance in Canada. And I've been on a tour through the industrial heartland of Canada, and the resistance is so much stronger than I could have even dreamed. But we're picking up now. The rest of the world is watching Canada and following our strategy, which is to just disengage and to disengage economically. So the United States has become a much weaker force on the stage of the world. If people aren't buying products, if people aren't traveling, if people aren't willing to buy anything American right now, that's hurting so many American businesses who are basically collateral damage in Donald Trump and Marco Rubio and JD Vance's idiotic campaign to please the MAGA voters. It's hurting us to some degree, but it's right now we think the impact on the average American business that has always had good relations with people in their markets. They're taking it on they're getting punched in the face right now because of what Donald Trump's doing.